Welcome to Chasing the Call. I'm Val.
I'm Carly.
And I'm Austin.
And today we're going to be talking a lot about our personal ministry experience. Taking it a little bit deeper, going a little bit more relational. Austin, why don't you start us off?
Yeah, Val. So I want to tell you guys about a time, this was 2 summers ago, that I spent 10 weeks in another country. And let me tell you, that is an experience that you don't forget. I signed up to do an internship with an organization that works with countries in Eastern Europe that are affected by communism. And they're still struggling with that. And it's called Josiah Venture. And so I went over there for 10 weeks and did 4 music camps and taught kids how to play guitar and taught them about Jesus. And yeah, so that's kind of an outline of what I did. Carly, want to tell us about yourself?
Sure. So my dad is actually a pastor, so I grew up in church and doing a lot of in-country mission trips and whatnot. But the experience that's really stood out to me the most is I've gone to the Dominican Republic twice, once in the summer of 2015 and once in the summer of 2016. And so for a week each summer, and just really got to go into like the small little villages and really like live with the people and minister to them there. And so that's probably the biggest most impactful missions experience I've had.
That sounds like a really awesome experience.
It was, yeah.
Mine was a little bit different. I grew up as a missionary kid in Guatemala in Central America. So I just kind of grew up around missions and obviously went on some short-term mission trips within the country. And then after graduating from high school, I did some missions work here in the U.S. I helped facilitate short-term missions last summer in Davenport, Iowa. So very exciting place, lots of corn. And it was one of those experiences where you're pouring into kids for 10 weeks long, and it was exhausting, and I got like 5 hours of sleep a night. But at the end of the summer, it was incredibly worth it. Do you guys feel like your experiences were the same, that it was really hard, but in the end you came through and gained a lot of knowledge or something you wouldn't have gotten otherwise?
Definitely, yeah. I think that we kind of expect missions to be in church culture just like this fun thing and we're going to go serve, but then a lot of times that really can be surprising and hits you hard with how much work you actually have to do, and working through that during the trip is sometimes a struggle.
Missions is a lot of sacrifice.
It is.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely find yourself kind of coming to the end of yourself. I think that God is really faithful to use those times to really help you connect with Him, and it's hard to connect with Him when you're in the way, and so He will kind of, very gently and graciously, He'll lead you through that, and you'll be thrown into some stuff that you're like, I've never experienced this before, and you have to really press into Him, and you really learn a lot from that. I know I did. So
yeah, definitely. When I was in YouthWorks, I was so terrified before the summer started because it felt like this huge, overwhelming job that I'd never done before. I'd never done anything like it before. And being able to go through the summer and push into what it means to love on kids 24/7 and to do ministry well, and then to come out the other end and know that we did it well, that we loved on kids well, that the service we did was meaningful and impactful. And that's a really powerful experience to have.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of experienced the same fear. At first, when I found out I was going to the Dominican Republic, I was just really excited. And then we had our first team meeting, and the woman who was kind of in charge of, we were going to do a vacation Bible school, and the woman who was leading that up was telling us and that how that was going to work. And she was like, and so Carly, you'll teach this class. And I was like, hold on, I'm going to teach a class. And I had never worked with a translator before. And so I had to teach a VBS class to 6 to 8 year olds. And there was like 120 of them. And so getting there that first day, and even before that, when they told us how many we were expecting, having to, my first translating experience, being with a group that large and such small children, that was really terrifying.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. And I had a similar experience with, they're like, Austin, you're going to be teaching kids how to play guitar and you're going to be leading a workshop, and I'm going to be leading someone.
Yeah.
I've never even been out of the country before, and this is like, throwing me in and, teaching something that it's something I'm passionate about, and I love music, but it's, like trying to teach high schoolers how to play an instrument and just having the patience for that. And, even that in itself is, that was intimidating. But I kind of found out, that through that process and that fear that God was able to use me more, because I kind of pushed into him and I was like, I can't do this by myself. And so he used me. And I think even just, the patience that he gave me and the ability to connect with kids, from halfway around the world, it's really incredible the way that he provides those opportunities. So.